Okay, so the wheel bearings are ordered. They'll be here tomorrow. He said after 4 sometime. So I will pick those up tomorrow and I can start putting the front end back together. Tonight I'm probably gonna cut the hubs off. I'm gonna start working on the drop of the motor and also go ahead and drop the transmission and motor and try to get the rest of the front end spacers taken care of. And we will go from there and see how that turns out. But yeah, it's gonna be a late night, guys. I don't know. Wagon stuff is gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna start tonight, and hopefully by Sunday, this thing will be done. So this next couple of days is gonna be kind of a blitz. Let's get started tonight. So my plan for the end of tonight, if I can get this video up by midnight, I'll be impressed. So it's gonna be a really late daily dash, but later is better than no daily dash, right? So the goals for tonight: drop the main subframe for the front, install the spacers, go ahead and drop the motor on both sides, install the drop bracket for the transmission and the drop bracket for the driver's side mount, and get it pretty close to ready to go ahead and reassemble everything else for when I get the wheel bearings tomorrow and get those in the hubs. So when I get those in the hubs, then I can start reassembling the front end with the new CRV struts, the strut spacers, and the entire traction bar skid plate deal. And I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I may not put the skid plate back on this time. So first things first, I need to clear some workspace. And I have to cut, I talked about this the other day, but I need to cut these rings off where the bearings were. Because when I knock those bearings off, you can see it's still pressed to the hub. And I gotta have that off, so when I get the new bearings, it's good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear my bench off, and let's cut those off. Got the remainders of the bearings, the wheel bearings out of there. Chopped them all up. As you can see, I just scored them up pretty well, and then I went ahead and just cracked them with the hammer. Didn't cut them all the way through because I was afraid of hitting the actual shaft of the wheel hub. So I scored them, and then I went with the big screwdriver and just tapped them a couple times. And actually, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if you can see it on this one. But actually, there's a hairline fracture right there, and it broke it. So you can spread it and work its way up the hub. And I got them all off the hubs here. And I did end up scoring the hub a little bit. It looks worse on camera, but it's really not too bad. And really that'll be okay, because when I grease it and put the press fit the new bearing on there, that's not gonna matter. And it's not nearly thick, it's thick wall enough that it's not gonna hurt anything. So these are done. These are gonna be ready for tomorrow for when I get the new hub or new bearings. And then we will get back to work. So in order to get this kit started on the top side, what you'll need to do is most these your D-series wagon mounts will have a stud here and a bolt here, and you need to remove both of those. Fortunately for me, when I did this swap with the ZC motor, I went ahead and just took the stud out, and I had bolts on both sides just because you have to switch out this post mount with a Integra one from something here. So you want to take those out, of course, have it firmly supported with a jack. And that'll give you access to go ahead and start dropping the main subframe in the front. After you drop the subframe a little more, you'll be able to install this, which will actually extend the shift or the steering arm down to your rack. And Ben went ahead and made this. It's just a custom lengthened one, so when you're lifted, it'll actually still feed in there and be able to turn your rack just fine. Well, daily dash went a little over today. It is 1:43 in the morning. But man, I got a lot done. You know those productivity times when you just hit a rut and you just keep on going? That was tonight, as you can tell. So, as you can see, the motor is actually sitting lower. And that's because I got the mounts here, the extensions down with the bolts through. I got the transmission bracket on. The transmission bracket here, it's kind of hard to see at the light, but I'll go over more explanation when I actually do the install video for the entire lift kit. The spacers are on here in the back, and it was kind of a juggle to get those in, but I got them in. Like I said, when I make the actual install video for the lift kit, I'm going to go over what I did and how I got it all in there, because it'll be a process just like any other lift kit with a Civic. It's a balance. You do this before you do that, you got to do this before you do that, and that's what my night tonight has consisted of, just fighting back and forth with all that good stuff. But it's looking good. There's been a few struggles here with the ZC. My cover here was fighting me when I was trying to get this bracket on, when I was trying to get this motor mount on, so I should be able to put it back on and cover my timing belt again, but I had to remove that as I was putting that in. That was one thing I ran into. Everything else is looking pretty good. You can actually see how much lower the motor actually is compared to what it was. It should drop it 3 inches everywhere. With the kit that I got on, you can see here the subframe spacers in the back. I got those all in, bolted down, torqued down. You can see, you can't really see it with the light, but the steering extension will be the first thing I do tomorrow, which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. I've got the knuckle removed. You can see the hole down in there. And here's the two different, this is the steering knuckle, the stock one, and this is the extended one that you need when you go and upgrade the lift kit. As you can see, Ben's put a lot of work into that, and it's humongous comparatively. And that gives you all the drop you need there. That's on the list for tomorrow. Also, I went ahead and dropped the exhaust and the drive shaft. I've got resting on the crossover right there. I gotta put those spacers in to drop the drive shaft down. I'll get my bearings in tomorrow so I can finish the hubs, get the knuckles back in, get the struts put in, and I should be able to finish up the front tomorrow, hopefully late. Besides that, guys, it is coming along. Definitely missed the day of Daily Dash there, running late into the night, into the morning. I just got in a stride, the garage is warm, I got to listen to a couple podcasts. Just kind of got into the groove. So a lot was done today, a lot will be done tomorrow, and the goal is to finish this whole lift by Sunday. Tomorrow me and Brooke are getting some stuff ready for Ace's room. We're going to work on that a little bit. But after that's done, it's off to the races. I gotta get a shower, and I gotta get to bed, and I gotta get this video up in the middle of the night. So there's still a laundry list of things to do before I can go to bed tonight. Anyway, guys, I will see you tomorrow. And it's yesterday it was 15 days. Now it's 14 days of the wedding. So we're getting real close, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm out.